Kindly be seated. Thank you so much for the honor. Good morning, Your Excellencies. Good morning, my distinguished brothers and sisters from across Africa. I wasn't sure I'll be able to make it to this event, but the organizers made every effort to get me down here. I have never seen such tenacity before. Oh, please, another round of applause for them. They came all the way to Lagos a few times, and I would have been a very wicked man not to be here today. Exactly a week from now, I'll be turning 65. Thank you. And I've lined up a series of activities which began from my ancestral home in Ife last week. And today, I'm going back now to Lagos. Tomorrow, I'm traveling to my father's ancestral home. He died 52 years ago, but didn't take us home because of the belief that witches and wizards will kill us. So after his death, I was 13 years old in 1973 when he died. I told my mom I must discover my roots. God, what we're doing here is about rediscovering ourselves. Any man who does not know his roots is a lost soul. So I'll be going there again tomorrow to identify with my people. I haven't listened to the speakers after I came in. I realized I must say a few words that I consider very pertinent. Growing up in Ile-Ife in Nigeria, I knew practically every country in Africa. And through one platform, and my contribution to this conference is that platform is education. I became a Pan-Africanist by reading the works of the Osagyefo, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Please, let's. I bought and read practically every book that he wrote. And one of them that touched me so deeply is Africa Must Unite, which is the theme of what we're doing here. Africans used to complain about how Europe underdeveloped Africa. I don't know how many of you have come in contact with the book of that great Guyanese writer, Walter Rodney, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. The new book to be written now is How Africa is Underdeveloping Africa. So we cannot blame anybody for our failure any longer. Everywhere you turn in Africa, it's either a story of poverty, of strife, of diseases, of political gangsterism, and so on and so forth. So the time has come for us, those who believe that Africa must unite, to work towards that unity. And like I said, education would help us. Ever before I went to Cameroon, the people from Cameroon, where are you, please? Cameroon. Lovely. Ever before I traveled to Cameroon, I knew so much about Cameroon by reading Mongo Betty. I'm sure you know one of your writers called Mongo Betty. I read Ferdinand Oyono. I read Mbela Soni Dipoko as a young man in Nigeria. I don't think anybody is doing that these days. Before I went to Senegal, I read the works of Leopold Sedar Senghor. I read about negritude. I read about Mariam Abba, and so on and so forth. Before I knew about Egypt, I read about Naguib Mahfouz, the second African to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. I did my research on Nawal El Saadawi. I don't think anybody is here from Egypt, so you might not be familiar with what I'm talking about. The Liberians, where are you? I will shock you now. I'm sure you're not aware that I am the Kia Zulu of Grand Cape Mount County of Liberia. And I started I was the first journalist to enter Liberia after the war. It was scary going to Liberia at that time, but we had to identify with our people. I went to Port Loko, I went to Mange, and until recently, my only fear of Liberia is that sometimes, I'm talking about Sierra Leone. I moved from Liberia. The way I move is in Sierra Leone, we were doing a lot to make sure that the war came to an end. Where are the Sierra Leoneans? Okay, fantastic. Yes, I started going to Sierra Leone over 20 years ago when Papa Tijan Kaba was president. He was my father, and he received me several times in the State House. And I have a lot of friends in Sierra Leone. Aisha Johansen, Aisha Tijankol is my goddaughter. So I'm very familiar with your country. So and so on and so forth. Nigerians used to go to school in Fura Bay College. So what has happened? So today it is so difficult for Africans to even understand Africa. So, and the only thing that will rescue us from that ignorance is education. Education. Now, Ghana, my Ghanaian friends, my brothers and sisters, my first contact with Ghana was exactly 30 years ago. I was on the run from the dreaded government of General Sani Abacha, and I had to escape through the bush into Cotonou. The people from Benin Republic, where are they? Benin Republic. I thought I saw about I knew I saw. I used to have a very big office in Benin by the marina. We had to shut it down because of the unhealthy rivalry in Africa. You see a Nigerian come to a country to invest money and people, these Nigerians. I said, no. If Europeans can invest in Africa, why can't Africans invest in Africa? And thank you. I have been campaigning vigorously in Ghana. A few years ago, during the COVID, some Nigerian shops were shut down, and I took it up. Till today, I don't think those shops have been reopened. It was so bad that I had to contribute my own small income to help some of these traders. They were not people from my own tribe. Most of them were Igbo traders who are doing great things, but they said, they are shortchanging other traders, and no, we cannot do that. We all want to go abroad, find a way to get abroad, and we expect Donald Trump to accept us, and then we are not ready to accept ourselves in Africa. It cannot work. So that's why I wish to identify with this organization and what you are doing. Please keep it going. I am so delighted to see so many brothers and sisters from across Africa. DRC, Congo. Good. I've been to your country a couple of times, and I've had dinner with President Felix Tshisekedi, beautiful country. So Africa, all the Europeans are coming to Africa, while we are carrying ourselves now abroad. We just must unite. The topic for me, unity, is very essential, and I want to thank you for this opportunity. I can go on and on and on talking about Africa because I've operated across Africa, and I'm most delighted to join you here. Please, with your permission, I'll be heading back so I can go to the airport. I don't miss my flight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Are